Hey, we are back, and trigger warning, this is about what we talked about in the last video about sexual assault. Okay, so I want someone to explain to me, how do you explain to a 9 or 10-year-old that they're going to be in a rape scene? How do you explain to a child that not only are they going to be in a rape scene, they're going to be the rape victim? How does one do that? Can Hollywood please? No, wait a minute. Can Angelica Houston explain to me, being that she was the director of this movie, can she explain to me how one tells a 9, 10-year-old little girl that she's going to be in a rape scene and be the rape victim? That's what I want to know. Now, somebody on social media had the nerve to tell me it's just a movie. It's just a movie. Well, after you watch this scene, you tell me how you would feel about your 9, 10-year-old child being in this scene, okay? Let's cut to it. Okay, I'm going to give you a fair warning. This is a brutal scene. I played a little bit of it in my last video. I'm going to speed forward a little bit. And then you tell me in the comments, how would you feel about your child acting this part in this movie? Because Jenna Malone was born in 1984, which made her in 1996, she was about 11 years old. Filming took place about a year or two before it was released in 1996. So that put her anywhere from 9 to 11 years old. In the filming of this movie, she was about 9 to 10 years old. Okay, so how do you feel about your 9 to 10-year-old child playing this part? Beware, this is bad.
It's going to come back to me. I know it. Just a little time. And I understand that with everything that's happened. But if she wasn't coming back to me, I would kill you. You know that. I'll break your neck.
So we're already on a rough start. There's a grown-ass man kissing a child in this scene. Okay? A grown-ass Ron Eldard kissing a 19-year-old Jenna Malone in this scene. Yes, I know this was 1990, anywhere from 1994 to 1996 when the filming was going on, but we have to remember, this is how far Hollywood goes. This is how far these directors go. This is disgusting. I have said this all since this movie came out. My whole family has said this. Everybody that I know has said this. This movie is based on the novel Bastard Out of Carolina, and that novel, it's at Barnes and Nobles actually carries it, but the novel is by Dorothy Allison. This movie is based on a little girl whose mother had her at a very young age, and because her father wasn't there, she was basically claimed as illegitimate on her birth certificate, and where she was from, that's considered being a bastard. So that stuck with her throughout her life. So her mom, to get that off her birth certificate, her mom kept marrying. She married, the first guy, he got killed. She married the next guy, and that's this guy. Now, this dude abuses Bone, and Bone is the little girl, if I hadn't said that before. But the stepfather abuses her throughout the whole time she's there or in the vicinity of him. Now, this movie could have portrayed that in so many other ways if they were going to use, 9, 10-year-old actress Jenna Malone. Or they could have just, got an older actress who looked younger. I mean, you only see that every day in Hollywood. There's all these older actresses who look like little kids. I mean, it's an idea. But no, Angelica Houston and casting and Hollywood and the directors, they decide they want to get an actual child to play this part. So what gets me is this scene is bad. Okay, there are a couple of scenes in this movie that are brutal for any child to even witness, let alone play the part. Disgusting. We're going to go forward. Now, you see the kissing scene. This is a grown man kissing a kid. Yes, I know everybody keeps saying it's just a movie. It's not just a movie. This happened. You see it on the screen, right? You see it. That happened to make this movie. It's disgusting. I will keep screaming this. Oh my gosh. Then you're going to go forward, and this is a rape scene. A rape scene between a whole ass man and this 19-year-old little girl. And you're probably thinking in your head, well, it can't be that bad, Lily. How bad can it be? Let me tell you, folks, pretty damn bad. Let me just show you a little skit. And YouTube, there's like 4 other people who have the whole entire movie playing, and then every time I share one little clip, YouTube deletes it. Why are you deleting my clips? I'm not even showing the full movie or the full clips. It makes no sense. So you can tell that is Jenna Malone. That is not a stunt double. So before they even come up saying, oh, we use stunt doubles, that ain't, yes, it is Jenna Malone. We clearly see her face. It's her. There are many other scenes or parts in this scene where you can tell it's her. It's not a stunt double. Exactly. They had a child play this part, people. Okay? Now, while we do need to share awareness about things like this happening, like I've said it before about cuties, how are you going to sit here and claim this movie is about child exploitation by exploiting another child to prove that point? That makes no sense to me at all. You watch Cuties and you sit there and think, okay, well, the director's claiming that they're trying to share a message about children being exploited and this and that, but they're exploiting 5 other kids to prove that point. That's exactly what this movie did. Well, we're sharing a story about, someone's real story. It's based on a true story. Okay, Hollywood, but you could have got an older actress. I mean, it's a thought. You could have not done that kind of a scene to that extent. Like there's another scene on back here. Let's just go on back to this mess. Somewhere. Sorry. I'm going to find it. Okay, right there. Now let me show you what Hollywood does to children. You want your kid to be an actress or an actor? Let me show you what they do, okay? How much they care about their child actors. This is what they do. This is disgusting.
Your mama's gonna be on.
So you basically already know where this is going, okay? And it's going there. I'm just going to warn you again that you need to understand the warnings. Yeah. Okay, they did this. You can see that's Jenna Malone's face. You can watch the whole scene in the movie. That's Jenna sitting there. A 9-10-year-old child. Why is nobody else talking about this? Why has nobody ever talked about this? Except for the people where it was filmed at. Because let me tell you, once our small town, because they filmed 1 or 2 parts, the little hospital they're using, where right now during this scene actually, where her mama is in the building, that's a building that was from my hometown they used, okay? When the people in my hometown found out what they were using that building for, they were mad. Everybody was livid. They were like, whoa, no, y'all did not tell us that this is what y'all were doing in this scene. Y'all didn't tell us this. Y'all just said that, so, people was coming, it brings some tourists, make some money, blah, blah, blah. We treat the celebrities with respect, get them, make sure they have food, all that good stuff. But you didn't tell us that was going on and our town was going to be used for that. Now, there are so many places, studios in Hollywood for them to use. When you use a building in a town like this, and I know it sounds probably like, oh, that's kind of reaching. A town shouldn't worry about stuff like that. Well, our town did. We did worry, and we were mad. We didn't want that associated with our building because it showed the whole building in the town. So my point is, it's movies like this we have to step up for these child actors and make sure that they're protected in Hollywood.